in it. These things are weird. I thought they were like Stretch Armstrong, but they got marbles inside of them. This feels like it's got marbles. Well, I decapitated him. I just threw it on him for just the heck of it. So I want to use the head on one of my Super Joes or, on a Migo or something. I want to be able to create more characters. And this was the only other thing that was on it. And he's very dusty. I don't know if that's from him deteriorating quickly because he's in heat. But I put my stuff in a heating pad and then I heat them up. And this was pretty easy to take off. So it looks very cool. It looks very much like Gora would wear. This is a cool body if it was just like an articulated action figure. I mean, I would totally keep it like that. Or if it could just stand up on its own. But these things don't stand. And you figure, well, if you got a tail, you got a tripod. They don't stand. If they stood on their own, I would like them as they are. But heating them up, unfortunately, I couldn't get the glue heated up enough to take off the glue from there. So it's not going to be 100% perfect underneath this part, but I think this will make a really good head. It's a little wide and a little short, so, it is more made for like a super deformed. So that's something I'm working on. And before I get to the comic book haul, I did go to Walmart this morning to see, well, I needed to get something in particular, which is this, because yesterday I started having a real bad pain on my tooth. Denture pain, gum pain, toothaches, yeah, so, and it's still hurting today, like if I bite down hard, oh boy. And I found out that the 2026 cars are out. So I know that a lot of you are Hot Wheels collectors too. Here it is. I was like, 2026? But it looks the same. I thought they were going to go, here's the difference. Here's 2025. So you see the difference in the colors of blues. Now, last time they did, and I didn't look at the back. I need to look at the back. 2025, 2025. Okay, so last time they did the same copyright date on the back, they did, I think they did this first, and then they did like a light blue with a dark print, and then they did white, and then they got a new card, for the 2025 collection, because it had like 2022 or 23 on it or whatever. So for the 2026, there's very little difference. It's just a slightly lighter blue, but it's still got white writing. So just be aware of that. So here's one of the last 2026 ones, a Porsche clip. It's like a keychain. I'm not sure what this is new for 2026, but it looks like instant boost. I'm guessing it's supposed to look like a coffee thing. And this one's also a 2026 one. With the 2026, you're getting lower numbers, but of course we're used to that with reissues. So this is the carbonator. So I like to get the carbonator sometimes. They're actual working, pop tops for older bottles of drinks. So cars like these this is a keychain. This is a bottle opener. This one just looks great. I think, yeah, this is a 2026. It's a lighter blue. So I'm going to get used to that. I was hoping it would make it like more, oh yeah, plus right there. I was looking at this going, I think I have this. I was like, wait, no, I don't. It's new for 2026. Bouncing bass. So I can't wait to get these open. Now I've already got the first 4 seasons, so don't expect these too soon. This one's a lighter blue. So when I saw this, I was like, whoa, that's so pretty. I got this in a different color, but this is a beautiful color right here. And then this one is also 2026, and I like the gold and the burgundy, I guess. I like those two colors together. When I was a kid, I remember one of my favorite things to wear was my corduroys that were burgundy, and I think I wore silver with them, but I mean, when I saw gold with it, something like that one time, I was like, man, that's so much cooler. And then the other thing I grabbed, this was $15 for the Black Friday thing. My Walmart had 0 of the Transformers that are shrunk wrapped together, like 2 together. So unfortunately, I didn't get any Transformers today. I was really hoping to get some because somebody posted a picture somewhere of all the what their store is getting, but you can't touch them until Friday. So I was like, all right, well, I will check my store on Friday. And unfortunately, I checked the entire store. I got to work out today. But no, our store's not that big. The one down in North Myrtle Beach, my gosh, that thing's got to be at least twice as big as our Walmart. I was at the North Myrtle Beach Walmart yesterday, and nothing was there except they were putting stuff out for today. This was $15, and I think it's normally just $20, but it's got 328 pieces, so it makes me think it was actually probably twice as much. I just like the colors, like the blue. Some of those pieces look pretty good. I like that teal, turquoise, whatever you want to call it, and the pink together. And I do have a car like that I built, so that's nice. I was like, when I saw it, I was like, I like the colors, but don't I have it? No, I don't. Oh man, I just noticed the tires are printed because it shows it up here, the guy standing on top of the tires. Oh, he's got a beanie. Oh my gosh. Remember back in the day? Remember back in the early 80s when everybody was like wanting to wear these, so like the hip hop rappers and stuff? I remember I had once again, I had a silver one, and I had a burgundy one, and I had a black one of those. But it was like the coolest thing for all the hip hop rappers, the break. I've never been good at anything athletic. Hip hop breakdance. But look, that's got, does that say liar? So is his pants on fire? Yeah, this is gonna be fun. This looks really good. But that hat, is that new? I know I pick up on weird little details like that, but I didn't even notice that until now. I was like, man, that looks cool. It's ugly that it's brown, but I mean, whatever. It could be leather. All right, so here's what you want to see, and also I got some toys I'll intersperse with it because I want to make sure we all love those things. So yesterday, my third comic book place I went to, Stevens, Games and More, or Games and Gifts, or Games. He's got everything. He's like if you want a DVD, a record, he doesn't have cassette tapes that I can remember, or CDs, all the way up to like dolls and action figures. And on the other side of his booth, he has another little booth with books and comic books in it. So I felt like maybe I probably shouldn't go over there. I went there, of course, for the toys, but I was like, comic books, I may get the wrong one because this is the third place. So I went to my place, and I did put all those on my CLZ app before I left the mall, because my CLZ app's it's not on Wi-Fi, or so it has to be using Wi-Fi. And then I went to Super Deals, and that's so I can go to Super Deals and buy a lot and not worry about getting something twice. And then I went to here, and it was fresh in my mind, so I'm pretty sure this one, I swear I've had this one before, and I may have had it back in the day. I freaking love Aquaman from the 90s. Now, I always liked Aquaman, but my favorite DC superhero is, of course, Green Lantern. But I've always been a fan of Aquaman, even though I remember whenever everybody's making fun of Aquaman, I was like, oh, I better not say anything, because I get picked on all the time anyway for being a Barbie kid. I'm into Barbies. So I was a little bit, embarrassed about it. Everybody making fun of Aquaman, but he was cool. I mean, he had blonde hair like I have blonde hair, and he liked to be in the water, and he could talk to dolphins and stuff. I mean, that was cool to me. I lived to be in the water. You couldn't get me out of the water. I was always in water when I was a kid. Not so much now, because I'm like, now I'm like, drowned and nobody's around to help me. So yeah, I love Aquaman, but the 90s, he became totally BA, and you know what I'm saying, because I don't like to say those words. I don't know any other way to say it. He became totally kick butt. Arachnus. Now, I've gotten like 3 of these so far. I have yet to, but it just looks interesting to me. It's like spider people or something. He's like Spider-Man, but more spider. And I think I did look at the very front cover, or the very first page, because I was trying to figure out what year this is. It's a wraparound cover. It's by Mystic Comics. Now, they're also by Mushroom Comics, and also by something like 2 words. It started with the M also. Like, look at that though. The very first page. Because I was looking down here trying to figure out like if it was a 1995 or 2006. There's 2 different, not 2000, 1995 or 1996, because there's 2 different series of like 3 issues or so. So this is 1996 first printing. Okay. Morningstar. Oh, okay. So it is Morningstar. That was the other one. I think it would start with the M. So there's Morningstar, Mystic, but Mystic was on the outside. That's what I put on my computer, even though the CLZ app said Morningstar. And I was like, well, is there a different, like maybe I got a different printing? I don't know. Yeah, I hate when they do that, but hey, they can't really help it. But that looks awesome. Although it's on that crappy plastic paper that I personally hate. There's the spider dude. So this looks really like, it does look really cool. Art, and I just haven't gotten around to reading it. That's all. I'll probably be really offended by something in there. I'm knowing me. All right, I did get a lot of Titan stuff. He had I don't know if he didn't have them before, or if I didn't notice before. I don't know. The Life and Death of Raven. Wow, she's red Raven. But okay, so this is New Titans from the early 90s. This is right after, I think, around issue 50 when they changed from being the Teen Titans Volume 2, the New Teen Titans Volume 2, to the New Titans, because they stopped being teens anymore. They grew up. And I remember the wedding issue, and that was about it. I don't know. I don't remember reading any of this stuff back in the day. Although that looks like Buttons McBoom. Why do I keep seeing cops on everything? And what is up with his freaking mullet? All right, so I really liked Changeling when I was a kid. He was like a Ricky Schroeder, but green. I mean, no kidding. Ricky Schroeder's like, everybody wants to be like Ricky Schroeder because all the girls dug him. And I swear, this woman, I think her name is Panther. I think that's what I saw on the cover. Didn't it just say that? But I thought she was not Raven. Oh, I said Raven because I saw the word Raven. I thought she was Vixen. I knew it was something. And I said, she ain't Vixen. She's somebody else. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Look at his mullet. He went through he's still called Changeling. Okay. All right. Because I know he was Changeling in the New Teen Titans. And then he became, he was Beast Boy before, and he became Beast Boy sometime afterwards. Here's the Teen Titans that was so different. And I have read a few of these. This is really not Captain Adam. Adam became a teenager again, which was like, what? And he has all his memories from being an adult. So I'm like, that's just messed up. But the whole, what is it called? Because he's a Teen Titan. One of those, how they keep resetting the universes. Well, that's what they did there. That had to be really awkward. And it did, how awkward it was. Like, when, do I really have to go to school? I already know more than the teachers know. All right, the ultimate sacrifice. So I have never had that issue. In the past, I had that issue. I had the first like 2 or 3 of these. I think I read the first 3 already. I know I have never had that issue. That looks really good. Like, she looks cool, but Risky Business? I'm not sure who that is, but I'm pretty sure it's not Shazam. It's like they called him Shazam Jr. at that time or something, or CT3 or something weird. Captain Marvel Jr. CG. I don't know. They kept changing his name. It was really annoying. He used to be called Captain Marvel, and then was it just Captain Marvel Jr.? Now I can't even remember. It's been so long. Babe in Terror. But that looks like an interesting one. And then we have Teen Titans. Tragedy. Okay, I see it. So, yeah. And I have read this one before. I always like get the first 3 of comic books. But I remember reading this, and this is actually if you've ever watched the Titans season 4, I think it was, when Superboy, the guy who played Superboy, shaved his head and found out that he was half Luthor and became Luthor, yada, yada, yada. It takes a heavy hit from this, and of course it's Jeff Johns, so it's well written. I don't really know much about the Superboy with the jeans on, but the Titans series really takes a lot from this. So if you ever wanted to read the original, there it is. And then he's also... All right, before I jump on the next one, let's just go a few more things. Now, not from him, but I was shocked to see this. So I went to the back room to just look for more stuff. At the Everything Under the Sun flea market, it's all indoors. At the very back, they have a consignment shop. It's like a bunch of little booths owned by different people, but there's like always a woman or two there that are ready to cash ring you up or whatever. I cannot believe I found this. It was just sitting there in easy listening music. If you know Nina Hagen, she's not easy listening. I love her. She is amazing. And it has my favorite song for my childhood. My favorite song by her, New York City. Like, have you ever heard that? I can sing it for you. New York City is the hottest place for a honeymoon. Hotel room. Uh-huh. I'm not very good at that, though, of course. But I remember my cousin hated her, and that only made me like her more because she was just so different. So I got that for $1.99. That's awesome. From that same back consignment area, I got this for $1.99. I thought, I don't know. It's interesting. There's no year on it, but I found out what it is. It's some kind of 90s Happy Family, whatever, dollhouse things at 6 inches. I thought, everybody's wanting to buy these civilian figures. Maybe I do need some civilians. although he is 6 inches. And then one more of the stuff that I bought, and then we'll go back to the comic books again, in case most of you are here for comic books. I'm just trying to find a place to set this out of the way because I'm going to put comic books there. This is Ricky. It was $9 at Stevens. Ricky, the Dragon Steamboat from the He-Man bodies. So I saw this and I was like, oh, that's a He-Man figure. It was in the, he has a bunch of wrestling figures. And I was like, oh, I think I never got this one. And I wanted this one. It was like an extra, it cost more than the other figures. It was like a deluxe, like $25 figure. And I was like, at that time, no. It was 2021 when it came out. But I was like, yeah, $9, that's fine as long as he's not broken. So that's great. Because I do. All right, you ready for some more comic books? Let's go. I'm going to try to kind of, well, I guess there's going to be a whole lot of Titans, and then we got something else after that. So let me try to do it by categories here. All right. This one, I'm like, what? Is this DC? Yes. I'm very baffled by this. I'm like, and it's a one and done shot. So I was like, it used to be like $5 new or something. It was $3. Oh, I forgot to say that. If you see a price up here, it's 20% off of that price. So this was $2.40. Just think of it 80. So if it was $2, it's $1.16. If it was nothing on there or $1, then obviously it's 80 cents. Because they do have a few dollar bins that don't have any marking on them. But I'm trying to figure out who are these, because it's supposed to be the Titans, and I'm like, I don't, like, it shows our Titans down here in the little, that cartoon that they did, and I'm not sure, I don't know. I was like, I'll try it out, because I love whenever they did the Marvel manga. I never knew they did the DC manga, and this may have been it, and I missed out on it, so I don't know. All right, so I was so stoked. I was like, I did like number 1, so I'm going to definitely read number 2 and number 3. So I got those 2 issues. I got number 2, $2.40, and number 3 for $1.60. Because this is a good one. I read number 1, fantastic. And number 4, yes, I forgot. I was like, I know it jumps after something after this. Because still trying to figure out, when did he become like Metal Man? Because that's a little confusing. But yeah, this is Damage. I think I got, at one of the stores, I got a Damage comic. And that looks a lot like Monica from Watch It Every Friday, Friends. It's like, that looks a lot like Monica. Like, they must have had her on their mind. I'm talking about her name, CC. I can't remember her name off the top of my head right now. I should know it because I know her name. Anyway, so 28, and then there's a nice little chunk there that's all together. 31, is that Black Canary? It says Love Hurts Kills, but it looks like Black Canary. I don't know who it is, though. This looks horrible. This looks absolutely horrible. If you're watching and you're the artist, no offense, Garber, but these don't even look like people. They look like potato heads or something. I don't even know how to describe it. This face right here, this face especially, it just looks bad. I mean, it just is really bad. That nose. Anyway, I don't buy them for the, hey, Ron Hilton, Monica on your mind. And maybe, I don't know, but you gotta admit, she definitely looks like her. Like she's saying Chandler. Courtney Cox, that was it. I knew it was CC, so I can't remember who it was. But yeah, that looks horrible though. But I'm not buying it for the art. I buy it because I actually enjoy reading these. I just hate when I only can read one issue and then I have to wait, or I have to jump ahead. Yeah, Courtney Cox, yeah. Because Courtney Cox, she was in one of the shows I liked when I was a kid called Cocoon. I think it was the first one or the second one. I think it was the second one because I can't remember. It's been so long. It's one of those. I like both the Cocoon movies. Oh no, it's okay. I didn't notice because this tiny little it's like writing on the screen, like that big. So I can tell what you're saying, but I can't criticize. I'll try better to criticize. All right, 41. So it is a nice little run here. 42. Whoa. And then this one for some reason was $3, and I'm like, it's not better quality. So I mean, there must be something good about this one. wasted. Looks like elongated in. Anyways, you have 43. So it's like good going all the way to 50. I think 50 is the last issue. I do have the last issue. I do have number 50, I think. Cracking up. Interesting. Goes to the desert, 45. Then it jumps to 48, which is like I'm missing 2 issues. And then it skips 49 to 50. It's unanimous. The Titans must die. The cat's over there staring at me. She's in a weird, funky mood lately. I can't tell if she wants to be in or out. I don't know if she knows. So we're going with a few more toys. We'll go with the rest of the comic books real quick. Because these are Happy Meal toys mostly. I did get a Phantom figure to go with my Flash Gordon. And hopefully I'll get Mandrake the Magician. And it's going to be hard, but I've heard that now my brain's like forgotten who he is. Anyway, so the other guy's really hard to get. But I have, I used to have the ship, and I used to have Ming the Merciless and his sword ship. But unfortunately, I don't think I have them anymore. But Defenders of the Earth, $6. And I know you're thinking, but it's all messed up. I know, but I think it won't hurt the painting. And it'll take away from its value. I don't care. It's for me. Yeah, so I got the Phantom finally. That's good. And then this is not the strawberry shortcakes from my era, but this is like 2007 Orange Blossom. I mean, sure. I like these things. These, I forgot they even existed. I had one of them, and I can't remember who it is. Oh, it was him, definitely him, because I thought he looked really cool in the black. And I may have got him at a flea market a long time ago and didn't know he was part of a McDonald's Happy Meal thing. But I was like, McDonald's made 1/18 scale figures. Like reading the Phantom. The first one I bought was a yellow cover, and the purple in his suit, and a deep purple really popped. Oh, I gotta start reading some. I just liked him on the cartoon, that's for sure. I love Defenders of the Earth. But I think this is from the Venom 2004 era, and I definitely have him, but I don't remember the thing back. But like I said, I may have gotten him at a market and didn't realize he was a McDonald's toy. But man, that's basically your regular G.I. Joe. I was looking for my Zartan here. He's going to be a little bit taller because he's made a little bit different. Yeah, pretty much. And he's a doctor, so he can, they can all come in different. Mindbender and with a Venom water squirter toy. So cool. And then we got 2 Hot Wheels cars. This one's from 1999. It's called Street Rapture, number 13, but they didn't have really 13 cars. It was like the first 9 things were something, or probably dolls, and then the last 9 were cars. So it's a deep red, although I thought it was purple when I was looking at it. And this thing is light, and it's bigger than the actual. There is an eye candy car, but this one's a lot lighter, and it makes me wonder if there's a light. I remember this series, and it probably won't work anymore. Let's see. Nope, battery's been dead for a long time. It's 2007 though, so it's only been dead for 20 years, or 2008, so it's only been out for 20 years, or whatever, about 20 years. All right, the last comics. Here we go. From, again, Stevens Games. The Happy Meal toys were all from Stevens. The only 2 things I didn't get from Stevens Games at that flea market were the CD and that human figure. All right, some Warlord comics. I've read a few of them. They're pretty good. I've been told that Warlord's really good, and it seems like all my friends like Warlord, so I'm willing. I just don't like the way he dresses. I really think he can buy some pants or something. I just thought he was ridiculous. So the Barren Earth, I do remember having that series. It was awful. It was a terrible series. But maybe it's because I was a kid and I didn't catch some of the things. This was back in the 80s. So maybe I'll understand it now. This is one of those cover. I don't know that cover. 24 from King's Comics. Is that before the DC or after the DC? Because I think King's did something after DC, but it didn't run that many issues, I don't think. And then we have Jean Grey in the background here. Wait, she's in Marvel. All right, so we have the Spirit of the Wolf. I do remember the action figure for this dude. And the Warlord action figure, which looked pretty cool. Then we have the Black Cat Journey Back. Okay, so he's living in a savage land. There's space vehicles, and he still can't buy, pants. Oh, 1967. Dang. Yeah, I didn't know that even. I knew they had some comic books back then, but in real life, it never happened. I don't think anybody ever shows them. Yeah, I don't think anybody ever shows them off at all. So it must be really rare. Wow, 12 cents. Yeah, 'cause it changed to 15 cents right at my birth year. Um, Speaking of birth year, well, 71's close. That is a lot of really bright red. But there's space cars, savage people, and he still can't have pants. Really? He has to wear a loincloth. He seems so unreasonable as a kid. Like, really turned off by that. Pistol and no pants. Wait, what? Yeah. He has a sword, he has a pistol, he has a winged helmet, but he can't buy pants. It just seems so weird to me. It's like, in reality, would a man want to go running around like that? Not unless he was Ron Jeremy or somebody who's really vain. I just personally don't see it. Same thing for Red Sonja. I know that men draw away Red Sonja and they like to draw her, but in real life, would a woman really want to run around dressed like in a metal bikini? It just doesn't seem reasonable. It's so illogical. It's just, and as a teenage boy, this is like, ugh, I didn't want to read this. And I had He-Man toys, but at least He-Man's thighs weren't showing. I mean, he was similar, but his loincloth was a little more thick. You know what I'm saying? It reminds me of the movie Patton by George C. Scott. Well, this one, you're probably talking about this one because it's like, okay, so he's in America now? And I asked Roger, I was like, I watched this video because I didn't get to watch it. I don't know when I watched it. And asking so I put a question on there. It's like, when did Machine Man go from the year 2001 back to the year 1978? Because nobody's ever explained that. He was in 2000 comic based on the year 2001. And then somehow or another he was fighting the Hulk and fighting Alpha Flight and fighting everybody and I'm like, okay. As a kid I didn't think about it, but as an adult I'm like, when did that happen? And now we have Warlord, the Forever Man. So that's the last one. I had to read a few Warlords. I did reviews on them called Warlord Wednesdays. And here's a He-Manish. Well, he's wearing pants because he's a WWE. So bad example, but I was like, here's a He-Man that can show you they can wear a loincloth and perform more than that. All right, so hey, thanks for y'all to joining me today. Let me know if there's any questions real quick. I'm just gonna go back to the comics and CLZ app. I do have a lot more out there, but I'm going to grab a sandwich, maybe watch, I don't even know what time it is because I got the phone in front of me. Maybe watch something on the YouTube while I'm eating my sandwich. But I got all these on my YouTube app. I got all the toys on my my Excel app. What am I most excited about reading? Probably, if this is the one I started reading the first issue of, probably the 2, 3, 4 of this. Ugh, God, that nose. That's just so hideous. You got to admit that's Courtney Cox. That's definitely her. And going back. The art's not the greatest on that, but I definitely read it. No, it's like $3 for this one, for instance, about 20% off because he always has 20% off sale. So it's $2.40, $1.60. If it's not marked, it's $1 because this is all for one place. It's like $2.40 for this one. So I don't know if you ever like on the weekends. I don't go on the weekends because there's this Myrtle Beach. Hello, the weekends is too crowded. So I wonder if he takes down the signs for the weekends and puts them up for the weekdays. Nah, it just looks like her. Like this looks like probably somebody. I don't know. Just saying. These because these look like I remember. I've read it a long time ago, but I do remember in the first 3 issues, and I was like, pretty good. Because I want to think I remember it being weird for him, and I remember her. Wasn't she from the future or something? I feel like there was something where that Team Titans and the Teen Titans made this group, but I may be thinking of something else because that's what happens when you skip around in comic books like that. And I have not read one of these really, so I would definitely want them. They're still better prices than my comic book stores. We only have 2 near me. We have none near me. North Myrtle Beach is about the store. Yeah, I don't like driving at all. I had to stop at CVS yesterday before I got across the state line because I had to just get my blood running again. I have a heart disease, or not heart disease, like a heart condition. She's looking nice on the cover. It's interesting. I like how it's got the circle. It reminds me of one of my favorite artists who used to do the Sunday Journal. Can't think of his name right now for some reason. I'm having a hard time remembering all these things. He did a lot of the Sunday journals. His name's like right in my head. He's a draw a lot of Americana stuff back in the probably the 50s and 60s. He's famous for all the like Christmas things he made. Anyway. Oh, so I had to stop at CVS just to get my blood running again because I was afraid that as I got closer, I'd be more quickly to go, knock out. That's the good thing about road rage. It keeps me a little bit more awake. I'm not excited about reading this, but eventually I do want to read that. So I think the most exciting one I want to read is probably this. This is probably what I'm going to jump on and start reading because I definitely want to, find out what happened since the last one. So these three will probably be my first ones to read out of this stuff. But I got a lot of stuff yesterday, so we'll see some more later. Like I said, I'm going to go get a sandwich, get my blood pressure, or not my blood sugar up. And my blood pressure is already up because I just came in. All right, well, thanks for joining me. I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you guys later. Have a fun Friday.